We all know that Hollywood is in this position where they are stuck between a rock and a hard place because on one hand, they absolutely can't stand Chris Pratt and they would love to cancel him and silence him, and yet on the other hand, they know that they kind of need him to continue to draw people to the theaters. And I think that a lot of things that are happening show that Chris Pratt is a draw. People like Chris Pratt. He has done very well with things like The Terminalist. That show is very well done and successful. Super Mario Brothers is also finding a lot of success as well. And of course, we have Guardians of the Galaxy, and Volume 3 is going to be coming out very soon for that. So, Chris Pratt, okay, we have a lot to talk about today with him because he's getting really deep into the weeds about some of the things that he has had to deal with working in Hollywood and having to deal with different people, especially people that do not want to continue to see his career progress. This is absolutely insane. So Chris Pratt talks getting rejected, was never gonna audition for Marvel again.
Did I audition for them all? I had a rough run with Marvel.
Which ones? Tell me which ones you auditioned for.
I auditioned for Thor, but not even to be Thor, but to be one of like the sidekick guys, and I didn't get a call back.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't even call and say like, hey, it didn't work out, or thinking bigger things for you? Or...
Usually they give you a little bit of feedback, and I remember the casting director goes, wow, you really made a big choice there.
Oh man, which of course we all know probably doesn't mean anything good.
Which is code for being like, hey, dial back the acting there, guy. Yeah,
oh, so
I auditioned for all of them. I mean, there was it was like, it got to the point where I was never going to audition for Marvel again. I was like, this is stupid. I'm never going to be in a Marvel movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Which other ones? You got to tell me.
I mean, all of them. I mean, anything that came out that needed a guy that even remotely looked like me, I auditioned for in some way or another. And I would either submit a tape, and then they would say, no, we don't need to see him. Or I would get there and see them, and they'd go, nah, that's the last time we need to see you.
And then he ended up getting Star-Lord, of course. But of course, things don't stop there when it comes to Chris Pratt, because things are very dicey for him. We all know that Hollywood is cracking down on anybody who is in the industry who does not line with the Hollywood woke agenda, and Chris Pratt does not seem to be one of those individuals. He is someone who has kept his head low for the most part. He doesn't engage in all of the activist type of activities that so many of these actors are kind of drawn to do on social media, and because of that, and because of the fact that he is a Christian and all of these different things, these are all things that are working against him, and Hollywood knows that, and yet at the same time, they know they kind of need him. It's kind of the same thing as like Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is in a similar situation. Hollywood really can't stand people who are loved by fans. They have this weird thing, and I think it's more of like an envy and a jealousy type of thing, where they want the activists out there, the activists in Hollywood, they want to be the ones that are revered and worshipped and all of this type of stuff, but usually fans are drawn to the actors that don't really engage with people on social media or don't really push any sort of agenda and things like that, and that is what they can't stand. So, with that being said, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. What do you think about this crazy news coming from Chris Pratt and him talking about some of the things that he has had to deal with in the past when trying to get different roles for Marvel, and now look at him, look at where he is at now. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.